morning coffee talk. So I wanted to share 2 quotes with you. I don't know who said them. Progress, not perfection, and enjoy the process. So I've always had this need for perfection in my life. I'm always trying to work on myself as a person. I always want my house to be perfect. I see all the flaws and I try to fix them. When I'm working on a project or something, if it's not coming out exactly right, it frustrates me. I just kind of have these visions of in my head of how I want things to be, and if they're not that way, I get frustrated. And when I first started running, that was a huge hindrance on me because when I was running, if I wasn't doing it quickly enough, I would get really disappointed in myself, or there would be days where I would be okay, I'm gonna run 3 miles and anything less is just a waste of time. And so I was constantly putting all this pressure on myself to perform. But I mean, everyone has to start from scratch. We all start from 0 and work our way up from there. The best runners in the world, they had to start from nothing, right? So by focusing so intensely on how I wanted things to be, or by putting all this pressure on myself, I was completely taking away all of the joy of what I was doing. And I think that when people do strive for perfection, it does take away the joy. I love my house. I think it's awesome. I've put a lot of time and energy into creating a space that I love. So sometimes I stop myself and I just look around at my house and I say, wow, you've done a lot of work and this space really represents who you are. And I don't look for the details of the things that aren't perfect. I just look at how great it is. And there's actually, I think it's a Japanese art form where if something breaks, they'll take the pieces, put them back together, and then they'll where the cracks are, they add gold. And so basically it's symbolizing that imperfection is beautiful, and they're highlighting the imperfection. So I kind of keep that in my mind too. We're all people. Perfection is an unobtainable goal. Maybe we should be thankful for that. Maybe some of our imperfections are actually really beautiful. But anyways, so by having this idea of perfection, it can't be achieved. So am I setting myself up to constantly be disappointed, or am I setting myself up to fail because it's not an achievable goal? So that's where the enjoy the process comes into play, because knowing that perfection can't be an obtainable goal, why not focus instead on the process? So if you're creating a piece of artwork, be there, be in the moment, enjoy the creative process, and try to eliminate the negativity if it doesn't come out exactly how you wanted, and just focus on the beauty of it instead. or exercising, right? A lot of people exercise because they have this like goal weight in mind. They have this end result that they want to achieve, and when they're not getting there fast enough, they get really frustrated and they give up or they beat themselves up. So I'm trying to apply that to my life too, where for me, like the exercising, I don't want it to be about my goal weight. I want it to be about feeling good about myself and feeling good about how my body feels, and really focusing on that and focusing on the aspect of like, this is my time, this is something that I can do for myself, and viewing it not as a chore, but actually like as a treat for myself, because this is my time that's uninhibited by anybody else. I don't have to focus on anyone but myself. I can listen to music. When I'm on the elliptical machine, I'll just like flip through magazines. It's not really easy to read them, but I like to flip through and look at the pictures. So this is like time for myself. And so I'm starting to change my focus where I'm like enjoying what I'm doing versus thinking these things in my head like, you're not good enough, you're not doing this well enough. And when I'm there and I am exercising, I'm kind of like putting my blinders on to anybody else, because I don't want to compare how I'm doing versus somebody else. I just want to like enjoy what it is that I'm doing. So I'm trying to kind of put those thoughts in my head more so like the positive things and enjoying what's happening, and saying to myself like, this is something that can be enjoyed versus a chore. I'll even apply that to work. Like sometimes I just don't feel like working. And then I'm like, you know what, but this is a couple of hours that I'll be here doing what I need to do, and I can enjoy this time because it's quiet time for me. And, you know, essentially like it's like a break from the kids. So instead of like dreading going to work, I'm like, well, maybe I can just enjoy that time too. So that being said, I am trying to apply this to like all aspects of my life. And I'm trying to get rid of this idea of perfection.